2, 1, go. Alright, and hopefully they are off. So how are you, Prak? I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever.
I'm good. Doing
Excellent.
great.
Wow, and they actually started off. So we got some nice gameplay happening
Oh,
on Ad's side. he,
I feel like I'm like critiquing already. I'm like, oh, we're starting in eighth place. Okay.
yeah. He doesn't quite have a capture card yet, so he's got that nice webcam pointed at the TV cam.
Hmm.
Okay, so right off the bat, Ad's playing his banjo a little bit faster than Tiptup, but in his attempt to barrel roll, he somersaulted by accident. So hopefully it's not going to be so back and forth, but we'll see. All the races have kind of been a little bit like one-sided, but
Oh, really?
yeah. But
And
I
this is
oh,
oh.
looks like Claire did a somersault as well. Ooh, and then gets bonked right out of the way of the ring. Keep wanting to call them ring zippers, but I don't really know if they have any sort of name other than
Like a
that.
different name. I think it's just zippers. They
Yeah,
all share the same name.
yeah, the plain zippers.
I guess yeah, it would be like vehicle.
Yeah.
So how many races have been done so far?
This I think is the fifth race.
Fifth race.
So
Okay.
the other side of the bracket has already gone up to winter finals,
Hmm.
and so we've just been waiting on this race to happen. Yep, Prak is the second commentator. Let me add that onto the stream because I thought I was gonna be thought I was gonna be doing this alone today.
Is this like a best out of three, or is just like
It's just a best of one. So
just
all the
one?
races have been best of one. So they're usually around 30 minutes. Um,
Mhm.
Typically, when one racer finishes, the other one is usually just finishing up Fossil Canyon or Jungle Falls. So
It's like not too far off then.
yeah, yeah. I'm, I'm not sure what that screen was from Ad between his races, but I think he accidentally brought up a stream layout or something like that. Will finals be best of three? I think I will make finals best of three. The winner, loser, and grand finals best of three. Because, I mean, it's the best of the best, so. But these two runners here that are racing are the two bottom seeds. So Ad actually bought his game for the tournament. So
Oh, that's so nice.
yeah, so he got the game, and it looks like he's been practicing a little bit. He's got splits of a 38-16, so definitely not the highest we've seen in the tournament, but I don't think it's the lowest either. But
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah, GDO gated me from this tournament. Otherwise, I would have joined. I would have showed
yeah,
off my tip-top skills.
yeah. I gave Prak the opportunity in December to have some times on the leaderboard for Banjo, but he never went and did it.
I did. I submitted
I looked,
100% trotless.
I looked, and I didn't see it on the leaderboard.
What? Okay, I thought it was accepted. I don't know what happened to it.
But then I also just gated you anyway because you would have just
Yeah,
kind of steamrolled through everyone.
I really would have. Yeah, but this is a good tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, trotless. Yeah.
Hey, it was an easy short category. I can learn. I'm not gonna learn
Yeah, I
any
know.
percent or anything crazy.
Yeah. Well, there's always, Banjo 2 80%.
God, I don't know. I would like die on Hag one or something. It would be so bad.
Yeah. Anyways, it looks like they're not doing too bad on Dark Moon Caverns. Kind of slow and steady, I guess, around a lot of the corners. I'm always really afraid to skid around corners with the car because either I do it too long and I end up spinning out or I end up holding the B button too long when I'm making the really sharp turns with like R and B and then I just end up stopping.
Gotta give it like a 1-2 tap. Nothing too. Don't hold it. I guess that's what I would think.
Yeah. Like I just don't know all the little ins and outs of this game. There's just too many. It's really cool seeing people who like run the game like I don't know if optimally is the word, but you know, fast. all the little strats that you can implement.
There's definitely a lot of things. I think it's like there's so many in this game that like even I'm still like learning about them every day. Like new, obviously, I mean I haven't seriously run this game in like 3 years, but you know when like new tricks are found, they're like I would like test them out, and then people would be like, oh, there's like a better way to do it, and I'd be like, oh, wow, I feel so out of touch.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel the same thing with Tui. Like, I mean, especially in a game like this, where I mean, your movement is pretty locked, like a little bit, because the courses really only have one way through them. But I mean, it's just like I guess little sub optimizations. You know, turn here, skid there, do this little thing. You know, in the plane and hovercraft, I imagine it's a little more in depth than simply just you know, tapping the A button, but. I'm sure there's all sorts of little things that save like such tiny amounts of time, but I mean when you're at the top level of the game, it's really worth it.
I think there's also some things that like if you think that there's like I mean obviously like optimizations would matter for like locked positions, but even like coin races, for example, I think a lot of people argue or not argue, but like they debate on, well, maybe collecting this coin, it's on the first lap or on the second lap or on the final lap is better than doing it on a different lap. Just even those kind of optimizations are debated on and like timed, and still like people don't know, and it's like, well, then it matters if you have lag, and then it matters about, you know, where the CPU are, and it's just a lot of things that it's a conundrum.
Ad does another somersault by accident.
Oh.
I don't remember seeing if he was playing on NTSC or JP.
I think they're both playing on English.
Oh yeah, he has NTSC use in his splits, so he's definitely playing on English.
Have any racers done like out of bounds, like on the other tracks at least?
Oh yeah,
not this one.
Brandino has a pretty decent time, I think, for the people in the tournament. So he's been doing the out of bounds in Spaceport Alpha and Hot Top Volcano. Mooseman has been doing them as well. He's also been trying to go for the out of bounds in Windmill Plains.
Oh god, yeah.
But
it's a lot harder, I would assume. With,
yeah.
Like Tip-Tup, or maybe it'd probably be just as equal in Banjo, but on a slower character, it's a lot harder. To get out of bounds.
I think I've only seen him get it once as Banjo, like in a practice stream. Like he's attempted it once in every race if he's behind in Windmill Plains, but he hasn't gotten it. But wow. I mean, I guess if you have like the blue or purple balloon, like I mean, you could get it. So
it is definitely, I would say it is the most difficult out of bounds, not only for like just getting out of bounds, but even navigating the out of bounds. Like the track is very restrictive, so you can like clip back in bounds very easily in like basically in all points of the track.
Oh yeah, we've seen a few out of bounds shenanigans in a couple of the races. In the first race that Brandino did, he wasn't hitting his triggers in Hot Top Volcano properly, so he kept having to like go back and forth.
The arrows are your best friends for those. Remember that.
Right, Ad finishing up his first trophy race, but Claire's not far behind. Just finishing Spaceport Alpha, so they're not too far apart from each other. But I mean, playing as Tip-Tup, you got the faster the faster acceleration, but much slower speed. But I guess it all depends on some of the other courses. Ad starting Boulder Canyon, his first hovercraft course. Probably my second least favorite track in the game.
It is. Speedrunners very much do not like this track because of the music.
Yeah.
It's just so laggy and so bad. But
Pirates Lagoon probably being my first least favorite track. I don't know. For me,
I
it's
just hate
it's
all.
just the
I
hovercraft.
hate all. Yeah, I hate all hovercraft. I'm glad we share this sentiment, GDO. I despise the hovercraft. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm bad at like swerving, left and right to get that speed. I just can't do it. And then on top of that, like turns are hard to do, and when you hit the zipper, like the ring zippers, you sometimes stop moving, and
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot to think about in this game. Ooh, Claire getting stuck on a log. Hopefully he doesn't get whacked by this one. Oh, got whacked by that one. Oh, got whacked again. Ah, Claire.
No.
Okay. So Claire got a little bit of catching up to do in 8th place. Unfortunately, we can't see where this AI is, but
There's a log spinning, so they're probably not too far.
yeah. Oh, there's one right at the top of the hill there. I think catching up won't be that hard. Using the trusty magnet to catch up to Bumper. Oh, these logs are just not Claire's friend.
Oh, there's a lot of AI.
a bunch of AI stuck on the log. I guess the first
There's a
time I've
little
seen
party
that.
going on there.
Alright, so Ad starting Greenwood Village. Probably my favorite track in Dragon Forest. It used to be Haunted Woods, but I don't know. Greenwood Village just has a lot of like really fun turns in it.
Definitely my favorite track. Like out of all the tracks in the game, it's my favorite, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, very much like it.
My favorite track has to be Treasure Caves still.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I really like just the fast like cave part where you can use the balloon and then use the zipper and then use the other zipper.
Speedrunners hate it, but it's definitely really fun to look at when you perform it successfully.
I mean, even if you mess it up, like it's still fun to like go for it. Alright, Ad getting a little bit stuck right at the end, dropping a spike mine.
I think that's this track. A lot of speedrunners don't like it because the AI like to place like lots of mines and oil slicks and bubbles and stuff.
Yeah, I remember. I think both Brandino and Secret Humor Man were saying that in their commentary as well. And I remember like just playing the game casually. Like there was always like a bubble sitting like right at the finish line. It's the same thing with like the end of Fossil Canyon. There's always like a ton of green balloon traps sitting and waiting for you in that last little section. But at least there's a little bit more room to move around. Hey, Mr. Zebra.
Ooh, look at all these barrel rolls.
Yeah. One too many barrel rolls though, and misses the ring zipper. Okay, meanwhile, Claire is just finishing the last lap of Greenwood Village. Oh, bonk right off the tree. Yeah, they place bubbles in the worst places. Yeah, they really do.
I
Who's
love
ahead?
this
Ad's ahead.
layout, by the way. This is a very good layout.
Captain Cole made this layout actually. He's a brilliant artist when he's bored. He made the little banjo and tip-top.
I very much enjoy it. I actually like it a lot. Very on brand for Cole.
Yeah. I know that the emotes are on Discord, I think, but I don't think they're in I don't think they're on FFZ. I should put them on the channel's BTTV, and just so we can use them in chat. I think it would be fun. Hey, Trident Tail. Again, add with one too many of the barrel rolls.
I think counting barrels, especially like when going out of bounds, is pretty good. Something I still do, even when I'm out of bounds in some tracks.
Yeah. So you know,
But
like,
it also,
just to like for movement, you know, just how many to use in like one section, and then you stop and turn, and then you do a certain number, and then you know keep
exactly.
going.
But it also depends on how many bananas you have, because
Oh.
if you have more or less, then it changes the number of barrels that you do and stuff like that.
Yes.
But like for windmill planes, for example, or just all the tracks that we do, at least speedrunners do, we have a number of bananas that we should get. I think windmill planes is like 8. Before we go out of bounds, so it's just like we know. But obviously, if we're less or above, then we fix it. We fix our movement.
Yeah. So for 8 in windmill planes, is that just like optimal for like that route kind of thing? Like you could get more, but you don't because it's slower, or what?
I think I'm not sure. I think you can maybe go for 9 or 10, but it's just like you're like risking like the amount of turns that you can get. I think one. I'm trying to count.
Right. Claire all done with windmill planes. Moving on to Haunted Woods. Meanwhile,
think
Ad
you
just
can get
finishing up
9.
his second lap in Haunted Woods, getting an oil slick.
Oh, I thought he was gonna hit the spike ball too.
Yeah. Haunted Woods, good little track. Very fast track.
I actually don't like this track. I hate it. I hate it a lot. As a speedrunner, and from my perspective, I hate it a lot.
I can understand that. It's just kind of optimally like collecting bananas, getting boosts, doing all the turns.
There's
I
a lot
imagine
of things,
like Future Funland, Dragon Forest, there's a lot of reset points.
I mean, for all trophy races, we start with Future Funland because Spaceless Alley is like I think a lot of runners say that like Spaceless Alley is the hardest track in the game to like perform
really?
to perform effectively. But it's that's why we start with it essentially.
I guess that makes
some people
sense.
Start with Dragon Forest to because of windmill planes, like the out of bounds if they're going for it, then sometimes they start with Dragon Forest, but optimally you would start with Future Funland because Spaceless Alley is like probably the most reset heavy track.
Claire got first in that race last frame.
Damn. I hate this track too, Everfrost Peak.
It's just plain levels, isn't it? Well,
Everfrost Peak is well, I love windmill planes. I love Hot Tub Volcano. Wow, I can't even think of it. Spaceport Alpha Spine, Spaceless Alley, if you do it effectively, is really fun. I don't like Everfrost Peak. Everfrost Peak is one of the track, as a speedrunner, you can essentially go through the whole, as T2 obviously, you can essentially go through the whole track without, like, once you hit the first zipper, you can go through the whole track without pressing the A button.
Yeah, I remember Brandino saying that, and I mean, just watching the runners who have been playing Everfrost Peak in the tournament, it's just boggling to, like, imagine that you could do that. Like, I mean, obviously you're faster as TT, and you'd be able to move faster with, you know, the set that you have, but...
I think you can probably do it with Banjo too, maybe, but I don't know, I've never tried it.
Yeah. Alright, Everfrost Peak done. Ad currently a minute ahead of his PB splits.
Ooh, that's good. You like Walrus Cove, GDO?
I used to really like Walrus Cove as, you know, playing the game as a kid because I really liked, you know, when you hit the ice at the end and you bounce off it and it makes that sound. And I really don't like the coin challenge in Walrus Cove, but I don't mind the track, like, as it is.
I didn't mind it as much until you're on a run and then you get stuck in the middle. You can get like stuck on the ice permanently, and it's the worst.
Ooh,
like it's just,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like it's in between the lip, like between the two paths, you can get stuck there. I think it's there or it's at the end between like or where the ends meet.
Oh, okay.
One of those two, you can get stuck there like literally, and you just can't get out.
Yeah. See, Nate, I was just about to say, like, I'm not a big fan of the levels with the loop-de-loops. Like, Dark Moon Caverns and Walrus Cove, I guess those are really the only two levels that have them. I'm just not a huge fan of them.
I agree. They take way too long.
Yeah. Like, it's cool to see them, like, for the first time, but I don't know. It's just, it takes away the gameplay because it's kind of the game just playing itself. And in a racing game, I just don't like that. I'm sure I used to like it, but now I don't. I still like the rest of the track. I mean, I think my favorite track to play in this world as a kid was Snowball Valley for sure, but it's probably Frosty Village for me now, even though the middle of it is really dumb. Oh! Ad hits the candy cane and gets second.
Oh, rip.
Big oof.
I think it's SHM that says that he hates Frosty Village. I know that's his most hated track. I think that he used to say that a lot. I don't remember actually.
Secret Humor Man, can we confirm? Can we confirm? Do you hate Frosty Village?
I think, if I remember correctly, when he used to do runs, he said he hated that track so much.
Yeah. Tip-Tup is the best. That's how I feel too.
Yes.
Tip-Tup is still. Oh, Claire did the same thing on the very last lap. Bonked off the candy cane. Tip-Tup is still like the only character I play when I play this game. I think I said this last race, but I've played very few characters in this game. Like, as a kid, I played Drumstick a little bit when I unlocked him, because haha, he's a chicken and he makes funny noises. And I played TT a little bit, because, I mean, TT was like, you spent all this time to unlock him, why not play him a little bit? But then, after I did that, I just, like, never played him again. I just went back to Tip-Tup, but, like, I've never played Pipsy, I've never played Crunch, I've never played Diddy, Conker, Bumper.
Wow. Pipsy Gang. Anyone Pipsy Gang?
My sister always picked Timber when we played the game.
That's so cute.
Alrighty, Ad moving on to Frosty Village.
Claire almost there.
Almost. Yeah, Claire's PB is a little bit better than Ad's too. Claire has a 36.25 compared to Ad's 38.16, so we'll see. We'll see if the catch-up can happen. Because, I mean... But then again, Ad just keeps getting further ahead of his PB. He's currently at 150 and ahead, and meanwhile Claire is 46 behind. So it could end up being a close race when we get to Dino Domain and Sherbet Island.
As the tracks get shorter.
Yeah. You always chose Diddy because he was the mascot. Yeah. Ooh, Ad having a little bit of problems in the middle of Frosty Village there. Claire finishing lap 2. Or lap 1, I mean.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Claire holding the stick down. That's really good. That's like a little thing that you do there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, Ad's like 1 lap ahead of Claire.
Oh.
Just under a full lap, I guess. Hey, Brandino. Thanks for the Taj emotes. Alrighty, Ad finishing the 3rd trophy race, I guess. Claire almost done as well. I think Claire saved a lot of time on Ad in Icicle Mountain or Snowflake Mountain.
Icicle Mountain.
Icicle Mountain.
Yeah.
I always call it Icicle Mountain. Really terrible. Uh-oh, Ad's taking the long way around.
Oh.
Not going up the
Hi,
pirate
Dingo.
ship. Oops, that's a little too quiet. Hey, Dingo. Yep, Prack on commentary. He happened to be in the chat at the time, and I said, get in here. I promised you could commentate a race.
Now I am. Yay.
Yay!
I can provide my terrible insight.
That's okay. So tell me, what do you think about Dinosaur Boss?
As a speedrunner, I
Yeah.
hate it. As a boss itself, I think it's really cool. Oh, Claire. Oh no. The worst.
Oh.
Absolute worst.
Magnet. Alright, so Claire saving saving a bunch of time on Ad here by going over the pirate ship shortcut. Still a full lap behind though. Alright, doesn't use the magnet. Oh, now we got the level 2 magnet.
Oh, so close.
So close. Alright, Ad with a really nice turn right at the end of Pirate's Lagoon there. Not losing too much speed. Ooh, and Claire missing the zipper.
At least they're done with hovercraft after this. It's a good.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Every time I'm at a point in a run where I'm done with hovercraft, I just feel I feel like a weight is lifted off of me. I'm like, oh, I'm like free. I feel free.
Alright, so Claire missing a bunch of the blue balloons and the zippers along the last part of the track. Hopefully, oh, okay. I was gonna say, hopefully uses the balloon before hitting the green balloon. Adds game capture looking super crisp. It actually looks better than it did in his past broadcasts. Ooh, Claire uses the balloon a little bit too early. Claire's really got to be careful because I don't know what places you need in order to get first in the trophy race, but there's already one second place in Sherbet Island. I mean, I imagine if you I think, I guess it doesn't. Like, I always assumed for trophy races you always wanted to just get first on every race.
Well, essentially you're gonna get first if you're like doing well on the track and stuff, but like I think in the rules, like our actual DQR rules, you can get whatever place as long as you finish the race.
Oh really? It doesn't matter if you fail the trophy race?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
I'm pretty sure we have some runs on the leaderboard that like get like fourth, and they like don't even get a trophy cutscene, and they just they still
That's funny.
they keep going.
You'll just be slow as fuck, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'll essentially show on your time that you didn't win the race.
I mean, I guess it's like sort of a trade-off. I guess there's some sort of point at which you like did so terrible in the race that you don't get the trophy cutscene, but at the same time that like saves time over finishing finishing the races fat or in like whatever place. So I really don't think so, but it's funny to think about. Yeah, Mini Foss. Right now, Ad is one lap ahead of Claire. They're like right at the same point at the of the same track, so it's just short of one lap of Crescent Island. So it's probably gonna be really close. I mean, Claire keeps saving a little bit of time here and there, but I mean, also just is generally losing time because Ad's playing a faster character.
Mhm.
Any major mistakes so far? Claire bonked once on Pirate's Lagoon and had to go around like the ending, which was a little bit slow. Other than that, I can't remember a whole lot else bad that happened from earlier on, but oh, there was a lot of log shenanigans on Boulder Canyon, that's right. Claire got stuck behind like every log on Boulder Canyon. That was really rough.
Ad finishing the trophy, and I'm going to Dino Domain, everyone's favorite.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot else. The only other thing I can think of that Ad might make like mistakes on going into the last world is, you know, missing the water jump in Fossil Canyon.
You can also fall into the water in Jungle Falls, and that loses a lot of time.
Yeah,
People underestimate that
worse.
that one. Yeah. The one in Fossil Canyon isn't as bad, but if you fall in the water in Jungle Falls, that's just like,
yeah,
that's death.
There is a chance that one of them tries to go for Hot Top Volcano out of bounds, but I really doubt it. I don't know if either of the runners are at the level where they'd be doing any sort of out of bounds. Because like I said, Ad just recently acquired the game, and I don't know Claire's level of practice with it. But I guess we're about to find out. Alright, my favorite part of the trophy race is where the tracks are faster than the music to loop. Yeah, I think this is the closest race we've had so far in the tournament. But now that we're moving on to the later rounds after this, well, after this, I'm sure the rounds will start getting a little bit closer as well. The winner of this races Polly, who's the #1 seed in the tournament, so there's gonna have to be some divine intervention on that one, I think. Alright, Claire done with Ancient Lake. Meanwhile, Ad is just finishing the first lap of Fossil Canyon.
Anybody go for Canyonless?
Canyonless.
Oh, you don't know what that is? It's when, so you'll see it here. It's like you get the blue balloon, like right when you enter the tunnel after the pond jump, there's like, you get a blue balloon and then you hit the zipper. It's like a very tight turn, but I guess runners call it Canyonless. So you get that blue balloon where Ad is, where he was, and you get that one, and then you use the zipper, and then you use the blue balloon, and you chain yourself into the blue balloon up there on the top part, and then it's just like a sequence.
Oh yeah.
And we've decided to call it Canyonless because it's, well, SM64, and
it's like Canyonless, yeah.
It's very hard. It's definitely something runners. I would say it's like up there and like a very hard like car trick, I guess.
Yeah. That sounds like something that would be really cool to see, though. Do we know runners' PBs? Right now, Ad has a PB of 38.16, and he's currently minus 122 on it. And Claire's PB is a 36.25, and the splits are, after Ancient Lake, it was plus 56 seconds. So right now it's the splits are working in Ad's favor for the end of the race. But again, we'll see what happens in Hot Top Volcano.
Do you think they would go for that out of bounds, both of them, or one
I
of them?
don't think Ad will, but Claire might.
Uh,
But if I had to guess, I would say neither of them will. Ad's capture is definitely the highlight of this race for sure. This is the first
it's pretty good.
It is pretty good for what it is.
Yeah.
Man, I love Jungle Falls music.
Alright, Ad didn't fall into the water, so we're good.
Yep. Yeah, when I first used to record me and my friends playing Smash Bros. Melee, we only had a digital camera, so we always like filmed our matches like that. So that's just what it reminds me of. And Smash Bros. Brawl and stuff. Put them on the old internet. Back before like capture cards were like super duper common. Alright, so it looks like Ad is not going for the Hot Top Volcano out of bounds. Alrighty.
Ooh. That's pretty good. Clip the zipper, but still, you know, didn't bonk or anything, so it's very good.
Alright, let's see what Claire does.
Doesn't look like Claire's going for it either. Maybe later on.
Yeah. Oh, Claire's going for the balloon. No. No out of bounds. To the day. Someone casting BK race with just 2 monitors on Twitch and a cam pointed at them. That sounds like a hilarious meme, but I doubt I'm gonna do that. Alright, Ad finishing up his last lap here. This was a pretty solid run for Ad for his splits. Ooh!
Oh,
a little too
almost
many.
there.
A little too many. But he's done.
Eh.
The time of 36:49.
That's a PB, right?
Yeah, that's a minute 26-second PB. Cut holes out for the CRT. Hey there, Ad. GG.
GG.
GG, crazy run. Claire is just finishing the 3rd lap of Hot Top Volcano, so it was a very close race.
Dang.
Alright, and time for Claire, 37:24. Alright, GG on the race, you guys. That was definitely the closest race we've had so far this tournament.
Worked so hard in the first 2 trophy races and I just didn't recover.
Yeah,
That's
the logs in Boulder Canyon definitely wouldn't leave you alone.
yeah, that was annoying.
Yeah, we were just laughing because it was like 1 log, 2 log, 3 log, and then you just couldn't stop getting whacked by the logs. And then on your second last lap, you drove by. I think it was Crunch, Timber, and Bumper were all stuck on one of the logs. And you just went right past them.